What's going on, guys? Mark from MT Finish Mobile Detailing. In this video, we're going to talk about rinseless versus traditional soaps, when to use it, where to use it, why to use it. Let's get to the video. The first thing we're going to be going over the rinseless wash. We're going to show you guys how we do it. So I'm going to put 3 gallons in my bucket. And then we have Detail Co. Nemesis in here. I'm going to put 3 ounces. 1, 2, and 3. So for every ounce is a gallon. So we're gonna put 3 gallons for 3 ounces. Let that fill up. So we're almost there. The next thing I'm gonna do is make my solution in my foam cannon. What I'm gonna do is just put it in this foam cannon bottle, just so I don't have to waste product. It's easier, it's already diluted. A lot of people do it differently. I'm gonna be doing it in my foam cannon, spraying down the vehicle. A lot of people like to waste time using the hand pump. I just don't have time for that, so this is how I become efficient. So we're gonna show you guys this Porsche right here. This one is a take-in. It's really dusty, has a lot of dust on it. It's been driven. It's more like on a Weekend Warrior kind of thing. Just has a little bit bugs, a little bit dust, a little bit debris. So what we're gonna do first is use our pre-rinse. So we're gonna pre-rinse with our rinseless wash. Let me turn it on. So instead of washing the vehicle right away or rinsing it down, we're gonna foam it first just to remove any debris or any contaminants on the surface. Let's get to it. So as you see, the dirt is just lifting up and it's falling off right away off the hood. All right guys, now we just finished doing the pre-rinse off the vehicle. So all the contaminants are falling off the paint, all that grit removed around 85 to 90%. Now it's time for our contact wash. The reason why we're gonna do the contact wash is just to get rid of the film. So let's get to it. Got my Rag Company sponge. So we're gonna start like we're washing a regular car from top to bottom, because whatever comes up must come down. So hitting the back. Now I'll start working my way to the bottom. Bring it out. And then just repeat the process, top to bottom. Let the mitt do its work, or sponge. I wouldn't recommend doing a mitt. I like the sponge better. It's dedicated for the rinseless. I just feel like it's more safer. So now I'm gonna come through and dunk it again. Bring it out. Drop it down in the comments below. What is the best rinseless wash that you guys used? This one we're using today is Detail Co. Nemesis. So we're gonna hit the hood, under. Now work our way to the bottom, flip over our mitt, and then come through, hit that windshield. Make sure to get underneath the blades. I'm gonna dump it out. Hit this bumper part, this portion, and we're just lightly going around the vehicle. The product we'll be using today, it has polymers inside of it. So with that being said, it might leave a little bit of polymer staining, but not staining like it's gonna stain your paint. It comes off easy when you drop the vehicle. But on the black car, I would recommend doing section by section, hitting it and drying it off. Work as you go. We're just working pretty fast. The cool thing about rinseless wash is that it's a multi-use product, meaning you can use it for multiple things, such as a drying aid. You can use it for a rinseless wash, as a detail spray, an interior quick detailer, glass cleaner, clay lube. But for the soap, you can only use it for a couple things. But drop it down in the comments below if I missed anything that a Rinseless could cover. And I hit majority of the body. Now I'm gonna get a drying towel to come through and dry it off. All right, so we just finished it in with the contact. Now it's time to dry it off. We have a damp drying towel. We're just coming through lightly and drying off the car. And as you see, super easy to dry off. You can feel it slick. All right, guys, so we just finished using the Rinseless wash. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this process? We finished it off camera. We hit the tires, detail spray, the windows, but I do want to show you one part that's a little bit annoying when using Rinseless wash. So as you see right here on half of this windshield, or back window actually, there's a lot of streaks, a lot of smears. You're going to be facing that when you're using Rinseless. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I don't like to make things more complicated, so I would just have to spray a lot of glass cleaner and come through and just buff it out. It's not too bad, but ideally just a little bit annoying when cleaning glass. But drop it down in the comments below if you guys ever face a situation like this. But other than that, we're done with this vehicle. It was pretty fast, efficient. The dry time was easy. We didn't have to rinse it off. That's the reason why it's called Rinseless, because you just rinse less of the vehicle. But yeah, so this is what ideally we would do if we had a car. So it's a customer's car, we would use this kind of product. It's not an everyday thing. You'll use Rinseless wash. A lot of detailers out there say you could use Rinseless wash on a full operated detailing business. For me and my business, I feel like it's a little bit more harder to use Rinseless because we're out in the elements. Maybe in the shop, be a little more easier, but as mobile, this is a kind of like an ideal kind of car we're going to be using Rinseless on. So we're not going to be using it every day. So we're going to show you another vehicle right here. All right, guys, now we're on the second location. So I'm going to show you guys what I wouldn't use Rinseless on. Right here, we got this GMC Denali. This one has a lot of sand and a lot of dust on this vehicle right here. It's black, but particularly a lot of dust on this vehicle right here. You can pre-wash it, is what we're going to do today, but we're going to stick with the traditional just because there's just a lot of sand in the nooks and crannies. And also you just want to be super careful about black paint not scratching it. It's a big car, and going back to polymer based or surfactant based Rinseless washes, they're going to leave a little bit of staining behind, especially on this big black truck. I don't want to make it harder than usual, so I'm going to go with the traditional on this one. There's a little bit of bugs here and there, but I'm focused on the sand and the dust. There's a lot of sand on this one, so can't emphasize it as much. But we're going to show you guys how we're going to do this one. The first thing I'm going to do is do a pre-rinse on this one. So I'm going to foam rinse foam. This is to be the safest method on to rinsing any car, especially a car like this, the condition that it's in. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so we're going to be sticking with this soap right here. I'm going to be putting in an ounce. Let's say like an ounce right there, and I'm gonna put a little bit in the bucket, like 2 ounces ideal, just for lubrication. This soap is highly concentrated. I would highly recommend it. Super cheap, and it's easy to use, portable. Drop it down in the comments below if you guys use this product. And we're gonna go to the MJJC foam cannon, which is the most iconic foam cannon. I don't think any foam cannon beats this one right here. So drop it down in the comments below. What would you guys rate this foam cannon? So let's go. We're going to get it going. I'm going to turn on the pressure washer and foam it down. All right, guys, so we're going to be foaming down the vehicle. We already hit the wheels off camera. If you want to know how to clean the wheels, I'll drop it down in the comments below. A specific tutorial video on that. So let's get to foaming it. All right, guys, so we just finished foaming down the vehicle. We let it sit and dwell for a little bit of time. This being is going to be taking off all that contaminant off the paint, and also just help it suspend. So now we're going to be rinsing the vehicle. The reason why we do this is because we don't want to create any swirls on the paint, and it's be easier for us to wash down the vehicle. So let's get to rinsing it down. So we just finished foaming down the vehicle, rinsing it down. The next thing I'm going to do, just because it's been outside, there's a lot of bugs in the front of the car. I know the camera can't pick it up, but I'm going to be using Green Star diluted 10-to-1 just for my pre-bug spray, just to help me get a little bit more cleaning boost. So usually I just hit like the face, the mirror caps, the windshield, other mirror cap. And then after that, I'm gonna foam it down again. This second foam will be for our contact. So I wanna be stacking the foam on top. So the cool thing about it, the foam is gonna help keep the paint cool, and also it's not gonna be staining. I noticed Green Star doesn't stain on the exterior of the vehicle. So if you guys don't have Coach Kimmy Green Star, make sure to grab some. I'll drop it down in the description down below to purchase it. But now let's foam it down. We finished foaming off the vehicle. Now it's gonna be our contact wash. So I got 2 ounces in our bucket right here with the grid guard. And usually I like to do is start from top to bottom. This car is a bigger car, so I need a ladder. So I always start from top to bottom. Reason being, whatever comes up must come down. And it's always a safe to use ladder. So I'm just gonna be hitting the top of the surface of the vehicle. Get all my easy to reach areas. This car is bigger, so it's gonna take a little bit longer. But the reason why I picked the traditional soap, like I said, the car is super dusty and sandy. So you just wanna be careful not to implement scratches in the paint. And also just do a nice contact wash on it. It hasn't been washed in a while. So Rinseless could only do so much. So when you have a product like Rinseless that could do multiple things, it doesn't mean necessarily you need it all the time. So it's not like a one size fits all. Yes, you could get this car done with Rinseless, but it might be a little bit more, I guess, tedious because of the water, not the water spots, the polymer spots for the car. So this is gonna be more work. So I figured just to do a traditional wash on this car right here, because it's a bigger car, it's really hot outside, and then also just to dispense that dirt, making sure we got everything dialed in. But drop it in the comments below. What would you guys do on this vehicle right here? Would you guys use a traditional soap as I'm using, or would you guys go Rinseless? Drop it in the comments below. If you guys are against Rinseless, let me know in the comments down below. I wasn't a big Rinseless guy starting off. I didn't really believe in the product as much, but starting getting educated about the product, it started helping me have better understanding what it can do and what it cannot do. So this is the reason why I wanted to make this video, because like I said, a lot of people like Rinseless, and I do as well, but it's a tool. Not every tool is going to fit or work for every single job. So this soap right here is super slick. It's ultra clean, ultra foam. It's a sleeper, bro. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this product. Some products are good and some products I'm not too sure. I haven't tried it yet, but one product I would recommend is this product, just because it's cheap and it's super slick. One thing I like a lot about soaps is the slickness. But the thing about soaps, there is cons about soaps. There's multiple soaps out there, a lot of misleading information. So just find a soap that you like and that's affordable, not too expensive, and stick with it. Because I know a lot of people there into detailing, especially when they get caught up on YouTube, they try multiple soaps out there. Oh, this soap is slicker, oh, this soap is this soap is that. And it's cool and all, but if you're not really going through the soaps, at the end of the day, you're just kind of wasting money. So it's always a good thing to try out soaps here and there, but like when you're buying 30 soaps at once or 30 soaps in a month, it's like, bro, unless you're an enthusiast and you have money and you really enjoy it, all means go for it. But for us as a detailer aspect point of view, you just got to be cautious in how you spend your money, because money can go fast when you're detailing. Products are not that cheap, they're super expensive, and if you get caught in the wormhole about these products, you can actually end up spending an arm and a leg. So drop it down in the comments below. What is the most expensive product that you bought? Love to hear it. Or actually, it doesn't even have to be a product, it could be a tool as well. what is the most expensive detailing tool you bought? That would be a pretty cool thing to hear in the comments. I know there's a crazy one that they were pushing a long time ago, like a Lamborghini Steamer was like 22,000 or something like that, which is really crazy. I would never buy that, but it is a cool thing to look at. So we're hitting this grill, and that green star is actually helping us out, breaking down that bugs in the front. All right, so we're gonna use this Willy brush just to get in the grill. All that dirt or that film that was sitting on the grill, making sure we hit everything. This is the reason why I picked the traditional, is because of these little nooks and crannies of the chrome pieces. I just feel like the soap would kind of be better getting in those areas and breaking down that film. With a rinseless, the sponge is not going to get in there. You're gonna have to be really getting there with the towel. I'd rather just get it with the soap, brush, call it a day. So let's rinse it off. All right, so now it's time to rinse down the vehicle. All right guys, so we just finished washing the vehicle the traditional way. We use a regular soap, pH neutral, and for the outside, just ceramic detailer's choice. Then we got decked out on the tires, no streaks on the windows. So the only thing about using the traditional soap, there's only 2 ways you can use it, for the wheels and the paint. Other than that, it's very limited. For the rinseless wash, you can use it for multiple applications. There's like 6 different ways to use a product, but let me know in the comments down below how you guys use it in your mobile detailing business, or if you're an enthusiast, let me know your guys' ways. Other than that guys, make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys on the next one.